A lot can happen in 60 seconds, especially on the internet. Every single minute, 100 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube, 278,000 tweets are tweeted, and 1.8 million likes are generated on Facebook. We're creating 2.5 quintillion bytes of data every single day. That's enough to fill a stack of DVDs from here to the moon and back again. The internet storage cabinet is filling up fast. But can it take the strain? Seagate is the world's leading provider of hard drives and storage solutions.
The way that we generate data is driving increased storage demand. We're moving from standard video to high-definition video. We're moving from standard images and pictures to high-definition images and pictures. The amount of mobile devices that we've got drives additional storage requirements. And in fact, 90% of the total data that's been generated in the world has been generated in the last 2 years.
Is the internet actually running out of space? I mean, that's sort of a crazy thing to think about. Are we getting close to that?
Ultimately, yes, that's the case.
In fact, we're now creating so much data, unfamiliar terms like exabytes and zettabytes are now entering our everyday vocabulary. By 2020, the digital universe is expected to expand tenfold, and increasingly that information is being stored in the cloud. When we think of the cloud, we sort of imagine this sort of mystical thing in the sky, but of course, at the back end, there's still a server, isn't there?
Yeah, cloud is made up of hard disk drives, essentially, and it's really banks of these hard disk drives that make up servers and hold all of the information at some remote location.
And of course, the more information we create, the bigger the demand on the servers.
Yes, our challenge is that right now we can only increase the areal density at a rate of about 20% per year. Areal density is how many magnetic bits that you've got on a square inch of magnetic media. But the demand for storage is growing at closer to 40% per year, so that creates a gap in the demand.
Traditionally, hard drive technology is based on magnetic recording onto disks. As technology advances, each piece of information gets stored on smaller and smaller magnets. But as you try to squeeze more and more onto a disk, these magnets can become unstable, and that's not good. Instability can lead to corruption, and the information is lost forever.
So the challenge for us as an engineering team is how we can make that magnetic bit stable and still be able to write the information onto the disk.
Scientists at Tyndall National Institute are turning to the study of light, or photonics, to solve this problem by integrating lasers in magnetic recording technology.
The smaller the magnet, the more easily it is to be corrupted. So in order to come around that, we have to invent new types of materials. These type of materials have to have what are called higher coercivity. In other words, they're stronger materials. And then the problem comes about that, well, actually, it's very hard to write that information to the medium. So in order to do that, you have to heat the material up to beyond what's called its Curie temperature.
So essentially, in order to work with this material, you have to heat it up. It won't work otherwise, and that's where the laser comes in.
Indeed. So the lasers are providing the energy to cause the material to be heated. In order to do that, though, you've got to redirect that laser light onto a little antenna. This antenna acts like a lightning rod to focus the energy onto a dimension of 10 to 15 nanometers. And when you think about it, 1 nanometer is 100,000 times less than the dimension of a human hair.
So there's lots of stuff going on there. You've got heat, you've got magnetic fields, you've got lasers, and all packed into a really tiny space using brand new techniques.
Yeah, so that's where the challenge is, because you've got a lot of things that got to happen simultaneously under control. This is really pushing technology to its limit.
This new process of heat-assisted magnetic recording, known as HAMR, offers a scale of capacity growth never before possible.
So that will enable us to store 1 terabyte of information on each square inch of magnetic media. Now, to try and put that number in perspective, that's more magnetic bits on each square inch than there is stars in the galaxy today.
But more than 400 billion bits on a square inch.
Absolutely, and in fact, 1 terabyte of information is 1,000 billion magnetic bits on each square inch of magnetic media.
Wow. It's clear now that the world has been facing a very real data storage crisis because of the limited amount of information we were able to store on a disk. This breakthrough HAMR technology has revolutionized what's possible for data storage by pushing out those limits even further. But we're already beginning to run out of space again. Within the next decade, developments in HAMR technology will mean that capacity can stretch to 3 terabytes per square inch. That's 6 times the amount of information we can store today.
This technology pretty much is the future of the internet. We are exploring space that nobody has ever explored before, so that definitely is something that motivates me and the team.